The camera fades in with a soft glow of golden stage lights washing across a massive auditorium. A gentle piano melody drifts through the air, slow and emotional, inviting every listener to lean closer to their screen. Welcome back everyone to our channel, the place where dreams find their voice and courage becomes music. Tonight you are about to witness a performance that shocked an entire nation, stunned the toughest judges in America, and reminded the world why talent knows no borders. This is the story of Marcelito Pomoy, the Filipino singer who walked onto the AGT Champions stage and changed everything with nothing but his voice. The audience is buzzing long before the curtains even rise. You can almost feel the excitement in the room, that familiar electricity that only comes when something extraordinary is about to happen. People whisper to each other, cameras are lifted, and the judges take their seats with that mixture of curiosity and expectation that defines every great night on this stage. Simon Cowell leans back in his chair, arms folded, his eyes sharp but unreadable. He has seen thousands of singers, maybe tens of thousands, and yet he still waits, searching for that one sound that can surprise him again. From the wings of the stage, a single figure steps forward. He is not wearing anything flashy, no glitter, no elaborate costume. Just a simple suit, neat, modest, respectful. Marcelito Pomoy bows slightly to the judges and then to the audience, a gesture that already wins a wave of applause. You can see the nerves in his eyes but also something deeper, a quiet confidence built not on ego but on years of struggle and persistence. His journey to this moment did not begin in bright theaters or music schools. It began in the small, often forgotten corners of the Philippines, where life is not always kind and dreams are not always supported. Marcelito grew up in poverty, losing his mother at a young age and being separated from his family. There were nights when he slept on the streets, with nothing but the cold air and the distant hum of the city for company. But in those lonely hours, he discovered something that would become his salvation. His voice. He would sing to himself in the darkness, not for money, not for applause, but simply to survive. He sang in the male voice he was born with, strong and clear, but also in something else that puzzled and amazed anyone who heard it. From the same throat came a pure, soaring female voice, delicate and powerful at the same time. He did not understand it at first, and neither did the people around him. Some laughed, some doubted, but a few listened. Those few would change his life forever. Back on the AGT Champions stage, the music fades out, leaving a silence so complete that you can hear someone cough in the back row. The host asks Marcelito a simple question about his name and where he is from. His accent is soft, his English careful but sincere. He says he is from the Philippines and that he is honored to be here. Simon Cowell nods politely, but there is no hint yet of what is to come. The song choice is announced, and a murmur ripples through the audience. It is a classic, something everyone thinks they know. The orchestra behind him raises their instruments, and the first gentle notes begin to float through the hall. Marcelito closes his eyes. He takes a breath. Then he sings. At first it is just his male voice. Rich, controlled, emotional. It is beautiful, but the judges have heard beautiful before. Simon tilts his head slightly, interested but not yet impressed. Then something happens that no one is prepared for. In the space of a heartbeat, Marcelito's voice shifts. Without moving his lips in any strange way, without any obvious effort, the sound that comes out of him is no longer male. It is female, clear as crystal, high and tender, as if another person has stepped onto the stage and taken over the song. The audience gasps. You can see mouths drop open, hands fly to faces, eyes widen in disbelief. Howie Mandel practically jumps in his seat. Heidi Klum leans forward, her jaw slack. Simon Cowell's eyebrows shoot up, and for the first time in a long while, he looks genuinely shocked. The camera cuts to the crowd, people standing, whispering, some laughing in pure amazement, others already wiping tears from their eyes. The performance continues, and Marcelito does not just switch voices once. He weaves them together, male and female, like two souls singing a duet inside one body. When the song demands strength, his male voice rises, bold and resonant. When it calls for vulnerability, the female voice flows out, soft yet piercing, wrapping around the melody like silk. Each transition is flawless. There is no crack, no hesitation, no awkward pause. It feels less like a trick and more like magic. The orchestra swells, following him as if they too are discovering this sound for the first time. The lighting changes subtly, warm golds giving way to cool blues, reflecting the shifting moods of the song. Simon Cowell, known for his brutal honesty and impossibly high standards, sits utterly still. His eyes never leave Marcelito. It is as if the room has shrunk down to just the two of them, singer and judge, connected by nothing but music. You can almost see Simon thinking, replaying every performance he has ever critiqued, realizing that this is something he has never encountered before. As the song builds toward its climax, Marcelito does something even more daring. He overlaps the voices, switching so rapidly between male and female that it feels like two singers standing face to face, singing their hearts out to each other. The sound fills the hall, bouncing off the walls, rising into the rafters. People in the audience clutch each other's hands. Some are openly crying now, moved not just by the novelty but by the raw emotion pouring from the stage. When the final note fades, there is a fraction of a second of silence. It is that sacred pause after something truly great, when no one wants to be the first to break the spell. Then the theater erupts. The crowd leaps to their feet in a thunderous standing ovation. The applause is deafening, a roar of appreciation that seems to shake the floor beneath Marcelito's feet. He stands there, chest heaving slightly, eyes glistening, clearly overwhelmed. He bows, once, twice, again and again, not knowing how to respond to the tsunami of love coming his way. The judges stand too. Heidi claps above her head, smiling so wide it looks like it might hurt. Howie is laughing and clapping at the same time, shaking his head in disbelief. And then there is Simon Cowell. He does not clap immediately. He just stands, staring at Marcelito, his lips pressed together as if holding back something. Finally he begins to applaud, slowly at first, then with more energy. When he sits back down, you can see that his eyes are wet. The tough, unshakable Simon Cowell is fighting tears. When the applause finally settles, the host invites the judges to speak. Howie goes first, his voice still buzzing with excitement. He says he has never heard anything like that in his life and that he cannot even imagine how it is possible. Heidi follows, saying it felt like listening to a love story sung by two hearts inside one body, and that it was one of the most beautiful things she has ever witnessed on the show. Then all eyes turn to Simon. The room goes quiet again, everyone waiting for his verdict. Simon takes a moment before speaking. He says that in this business, people are always trying to find the next big thing, the next voice that can stand out in a crowded world. He admits that he came into tonight thinking he had heard everything. Then he looks directly at Marcelito and says, "You just proved me wrong. You are not just a good singer. You are extraordinary." Those words hit Marcelito like a wave. He brings a hand to his mouth, trying to hold back tears, and fails. They spill down his cheeks, and he does not bother to hide them. The audience responds with another round of applause, softer this time, more intimate, like they are all sharing this moment with him. But the story does not end on that stage. In the days that follow, clips of Marcelito's performance explode across social media. Millions of views pour in from every corner of the world. People who have never watched AGT before are suddenly sharing his video, tagging friends, writing comments about how they had goosebumps, how they cried, how they replayed the performance again and again just to make sure it was real. In the Philippines, his hometown erupts in celebration. News channels cover his story, neighbors gather around televisions in small living rooms, children sit on the floor staring in awe at a man who once walked the same dusty streets they do now, commanding the attention of America. For them, Marcelito is not just a singer. He is proof that no matter where you come from, no matter how hard life has been, your voice matters. Back in America, interviewers line up to talk to him. They ask about his childhood, about how he discovered his unique ability, about what it feels like to carry two voices inside one body. He answers with humility, always bringing the conversation back to gratitude. He thanks the judges, the audience, his supporters, his family, and most of all the people who believed in him when he had nothing else. One interviewer asks him what was going through his mind when he saw Simon Cowell standing and applauding. Marcelito smiles shyly and says he felt like his life had come full circle. From singing alone in the dark just to survive, to singing under the brightest lights in the world and being told he is extraordinary by one of the toughest critics alive. The AGT Champions journey continues, and each time Marcelito returns to the stage, the anticipation grows. People do not just want to hear the trick of the two voices anymore. They want to feel what he felt, to be carried by that emotion that seems to pour out of him so effortlessly. And he never disappoints. Each performance is a reminder that behind the spectacle is a real human story, a story of loss, resilience, faith, and the unbreakable power of music. In one particularly emotional episode, Marcelito dedicates his song to his family back in the Philippines. The camera cuts to them watching from home, tears streaming down their faces as they see their son standing tall on an international stage. For them, every note he sings is not just entertainment. It is a victory over every hardship they have faced together. As the season builds toward its finale, fans begin to speculate about his chances of winning. Polls are created, debates rage in comment sections, reaction videos flood YouTube. But whether he takes home the trophy or not almost feels irrelevant. In the hearts of millions, he has already won. And perhaps that is the real lesson of Marcelito Pomoy's journey. It is not about the applause, the standing ovations, or even the shocked expressions of famous judges. It is about the fact that a boy who once had nothing but a voice in the darkness now has a voice that reaches across oceans, cultures, and languages. It is about the reminder that the most powerful instrument in the world is not found in a store or built in a factory. It is born inside us, waiting for the moment. We are brave enough to let it be heard. As the camera slowly fades out on the AGT Champions stage, the lights dimming, the crowd still buzzing with excitement, we are left with one final image. Marcelito Pomoy, standing alone at center stage, head bowed in gratitude, carrying not one but two voices that together tell a story of hope. A story that shocked America, stunned Simon Cowell, and inspired a generation to believe that miracles are not something we wait for. They are something we create, one note at a time.